Hi, I'm Sabrina, licensed massage therapist, certified cosmetic surgery specialist, and this is Las Vegas Cosmetic Recovery. So now we're gonna talk about the face. Let's talk about what fats you should eat for the face. So now guys, in my experience and in all the patients, and I've seen quite a few, hundreds even, that had fat transfer done to their face. This is going to be the hardest thing to keep. Fat transfer to the face because it's so little, whether they put it right here, whether they put it right here, whether they put it anywhere. It is, and most common is right in here to help with the hollowing of the eyes. Now that is going to be the hardest thing to keep. That being said, there is a lot of really good different types of foods that you can eat that are going to help keep that fat on your face. Now, let's talk a little bit about what is going to happen with your face. So if you have an excessive amount of salt in your body, then it can actually mess with the fat grafts. So stay away from processed deli meats, canned soup, and heavy soy sauce. And that's for any plastic surgery. Stay away from salt. Deli meats can be just as bad as like soy sauce. So now deli meats, they do make it with a lot of salt and it's very processed. That goes back to like my first video about the BBL. That if you have too much salt, it is going to be just as bad as alcohol. So now at the end of the day, number one thing you want to stay away from is heavy processed salts, especially for the face. We want to make sure we keep that face nice and plump, so that because with fat transfer, 30% up to 50% can be reabsorbed. So we want to try and keep as much as possible because then we can work with whatever does not get reabsorbed, guys. So now in this situation, to protect the new cells from oxidative stress, which oxidative stress means reabsorption, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. So now if you watched my video about the girls, or if you're watching this long form video where we talk about everything, now berries help with lymphatic drainage. So just make sure that you're loading up on berries and omega-3 fatty acids. That helps keeps the skin supple and reduces redness. So like flaxseed, chia seed, and mackerel. But I know not a lot of us like mackerel, which is a fish, if you didn't know what that is. But fish is just so good for you. Salmon, cod, whitefish. You gotta just stay on top of your fish. And if you're not a huge fish person, beef. Beef. Like just load up on beef and cook your own food. Because if you know how much salt is being put into it, then it's going to really help make sure that you don't get that over salting, which can be detrimental to the face. Now with the face, you should be eating 3 times a day too, with snacks in between. Because if you are not eating that much, it's going to get rid of the fat transfer, guys. So make sure that you are loading up, load up. Now bromelain, and this is for everyone, but specifically with bromelain, which is an enzyme. This enzyme helps reduce bruising, swelling, and specifically face trauma, but for everything. I'm sure you've heard about bromelain if you've been doing your research, but bromelain actually helps with swelling too. Bromelain is such a great enzyme that it literally, I have seen it just shrink people, but not in the way of like what I do, like how I'm like manipulating and draining people with my hands, but this is going to help you nutritionally. So pineapple, yes, pineapple's like the big one, but pineapple has a lot of sugar, guys. And we got to be careful with the sugar too. You got to be careful how much sugar you're putting into your body. But specifically, papaya. Papaya is my favorite. Papaya has less sugar, but it's also so good for you, and it's so good. Like papaya is like one of my favorite things to like eat, but it has a lot of bromelain in it, and it's gonna help you with your inflammation. But as far as the face goes, guys, load up on protein. Eat 3 times a day. And of course, again, if you need some Ensure, Ensures is gonna help keep that fat on you. But remember, I only recommend Ensure for people who have a very fast metabolism. If you do not have a fast metabolism, it's gonna make you chunky everywhere, and I don't think that we want that. So I gotta put that warning out there. So now guys, things to avoid. Things to avoid, guys. Now, number 1, alcohol. Alcohol prevents oxygen from going into your body. Alcohol will give you fibrosis. Alcohol can even potentially give you seromas. So it will cause complications. Stay away from alcohol. Do not drink. If you could go at least 8 weeks without drinking, it's going to benefit you and your recovery. Smoking, I shouldn't even have to say it, but if you smoke, whether you smoke cigarettes, whether you smoke weed, whatever, or vape. So if you smoke any of those things, it prevents oxygen from going into your body. It will give you complications. Don't do it. And now another big thing that it's kind of hilarious. We don't really talk about it. It's kind of an untalked about thing, and I really should go without saying. Drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs are just as bad as alcohol and cigarettes and weed and all the stuff. Now, if you do drugs like all the bad drugs, I'm not going to list because this is YouTube, but it will give you complications too, guys. So just stay away from all the no-nos. Now, for my weed smokers, if you want to ingest your weed, if you want to eat your weed, that's totally fine. I've seen that people that eat edibles and stuff, it doesn't hurt them. They're actually fine. So if you need to be high, edibles. Now, other things to avoid. The number 2 big things, processed food and salt, processed sugar. Stay away from the cookies, cakes, donuts, ice cream, all of the processed sugars and like all the bad things. Processed food, McDonald's, like all Taco Bell, Burger King, In-N-Out, all the things. Stay away from all that stuff, guys, and no matter what recovery that you're doing, because at the end of the day, you guys want to heal good, guys. So at the end, all the avoiding things, even if you've just had lipo, even if you've had a tummy tuck and you had no fat transfer and you just happen to watch this video, stay away from it, guys, okay? And as always, like, share, subscribe, hit the push notifications for all things Las Vegas cosmetic recovery. Bye!